Hi everyone, welcome back to Best Laid Plans, and this week's video is going to be an art journaling video, and it's going to be kind of part collage, mixed media, and then there'll be some writing. I just got my summer edition of the Bella Grace magazine. If you don't know about this, it's by Stampington Press, and it is a like creative fiction, like prompted journal like magazine, and I have absolutely love it. It's definitely something that's gotten me back into reading and writing, and I like to use its prompts in my large Happy Planner horizontal that I use for journaling. So even though this is dated, I don't follow this. If you've seen my videos, you'll know I just kind of block this out and I keep like this part for writing. So I have some things pulled. I wanted to do like a really nice, like warm, like midsummer palette. So I have this flower fairy here. I've got some greens and yellows and blues. And then I have this little European butterflies and moths page. I saw some butterflies today and they were beautiful. They were my mom's garden. And then I have these cute little kind of like 1930s style chunky pixies. And I have this beautiful flower fairy here, and I thought she was so pretty with her little pointy ears and her blue dress, and she's got some pretty summer flowers with her, so I'm going to be using her in this as well. I also pulled some different decorative stamps. These are all like garden themed, so I'm excited to like try and use these and have fun with them. I've got my stamps, I've got some double-side tape, and then I pulled some of my little tags and this big thing of like different like flower ephemera and stuff. And this set of washi tape, this is the Persistence of Memory. I got this on Amazon, but it has the color hues that I need. So that is what I'm using for this spread, and I want to start off by just like distress inking the page, and I think what I'd like to do for the background is have it be like a little bit more of like a dusty orange to kind of contrast with all the cool colors. So I'm going to do that first, and I'm just going to get it all nice and inked up. If you're wondering which ink I'm using, it is the Distress Ink in Tattered Rose from Ranger. On this side, I'm just doing like the edges because I will have stuff in the center and that'll cover it up, and I don't want to waste my ink. Now I'm going to go into some of the other like white spaces in between and layer in the green Shabby Shutters color from Distress Ink with my distressing brush. Now in this area over here, toward the bottom, I want to put some different elements of like this little cottage stamp set. I think it's really, really pretty. Because these are larger, I am going to be using my little stamp block instead of just using like the lid like I did in my previous video. So I'm going to use the color Stormy Sky, which is the blue, and I'll also use a little bit of Shabby Shutters again as well. So I have these stones that are like a little path I want to put in here, and I'm going to go ahead and use the milled lavender for that because it's the closest to like a dark brown I have. right, I feel pretty happy with all of the stamp work. I like how this little kind of garden area has turned out, and I like the different shades for the background that are there. So I am going to stop and just clean up all of my stamping supplies. I like to do stamping first, get it out of the way, because it tends to be the messiest thing and I tend to get like stuff on my hands. So I am going to go ahead, clean up all that, put that away, and then we can get into decorating the rest of this. And then I will show you how I use this part to do the journal prompt. All right, so I went ahead and took this page out of the planner just so I have all this range to work with, because I'm going to be tearing stuff, adding stuff. What I like to do is just pick some similarly colored pieces of paper from my little art journaling paper pile, and I also like to have something that is like text because I think it looks really cool interspersed. This I'm probably going to use for the background for this fairy. I need to have something for her that is gonna make her opaque. Either that, or I have a doily, and she actually might work on the doily, so I think I'll put her on the doily. So the doily will be on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to tear things, and I like to tear the corners because they can be used to cover up like where the dates are, and that's kind of fun. So I'm just sort of figuring out how I want to do this. There's usually not really a rhyme or reason when I'm working on something like this. I just kind of have fun with it. Don't think I brought my glue stick out, but I will definitely be using my glue stick for some of this, and then for like the more delicate pieces I'm layering, I'll use double-sided. For this one, I want to leave a little bit of space because I'm going to tuck something in. So I'm just going to do like the edges. So the next piece I want to use is this really lovely like medieval manuscript, this illuminated manuscript page that I found. I think I got this on Temu, and Temu, I still don't know how to pronounce it. But what I'm going to do is corner round it. So I have a little corner rounder punch. These are pretty inexpensive. I like to use them for a lot of things, but I think it's nice to have, when you have all the rough edges and the straight edges, to have some rounded edges to kind of mix things up. So I'm just going to go through and round the corners. And then I am going to take this Papermate Flair pen. You could use ink if you wanted to. I find that I'm just too messy with ink, and like I just want to do it all at once. So like a Sharpie or any kind of like felt tip pen will work, and I'm literally just gonna go, and it might be easier even if I do it on like a little bit of a surface here, so. So now that it's done, I am going to attach it with some double-sided tape, just to make sure that it's like layering really nice. And then I'm also going to use the double-sided tape to attach the doily right here. So now we are at my favorite portion of this, which is going to be putting on the different layers of stickers and washi tape. I have so much fun just figuring out where I want to put things. I know that I want to have my blue fairy here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut her out. You have to cut out, I don't think these are, oh no, they are perforated. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put her on the doily. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And I do actually like where I have these fairies, so I'm gonna go ahead and add them also. I'm gonna look for some different floral pieces to layer. And instead of putting the sticker down, because these are washi stickers, like this butterfly, I'm just folding it so that the center can be glued with the double stick tape, and it kind of pops out and is like three-dimensional on the spread. So I think this is all of the sticker elements I'm going to use. I have a little bit more of paper and washi next that I'm just going to add in certain places to just sort of enhance the effect, and it's going to carry on onto the next page. So that's going to be next. So for this side, I'm going to start by taking some of these scraps and just adding them mostly to like cover this area where I have the dates, since I'm not actually using the dates. And I want to layer them just like I did on the other side. They're torn edges, all of that, but still keeping this whole space here for the writing prompt. And then I have these paper tags that are these different celestial patterns. Some are like fairy, some are angels. There's different ones. So I want to just find one that kind of matches, that maybe has a little bit more of like a fairy element to it. And I like that one. So the very last element that I'm going to add to this is going to be just some washi tape. And I like to cover up the lines sometimes with washi tape. I'm going to leave the lines here, but I wanted to add a little bit of this butterfly washi in a couple places just for the effect of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear it. So I have it here. I'll use my little ruler here. And just like that. And this is going to be our finished journal page before the writing here. So I'm gonna go grab my Bella Grace, figure out what my prompt is, and get to writing so you can see the after the pen. Okay, I went through the summer issue, just going through the pages that have worksheets, and there were a lot of really good prompts. I'm really excited for this issue. There's also some really great like original fiction works and things, and nonfiction, and just like autobiographical writing, and I really love this magazine. But this prompt here on page 76 really spoke to me. It says, whether you embark on a week-long trip or somewhere tropical or take a road trip over a 3-day weekend, there's nothing quite like a summer vacation. The weather is warmer, the clothes more casual, and it feels a little slower. Think back to some of the summertime trips that you've taken. You'll probably find that some of the quieter, simpler moments come to mind. What memories have stayed with you to this day? And so I really like that prompt. I haven't taken a overseas vacation in a long time, but one of the things that I have really fond memories of is when I went to Switzerland. We went to a few different cities. It was part of a school trip that I literally babysat and just mowed lawns to raise the money to go on this trip. And I'm so happy that I did, because even though I literally loathed every single person who was on the trip with me and lived in a book the entire time, in terms of interacting with other students in my high school. But we went to Italy for 5 days, and we went to Switzerland for 3 days. We went to Zurich and Lucerne and a lot of the places in the Swiss Alps. And it was just so beautiful. And I just have a lot of fond memories of just being in that space. Switzerland is gorgeous. I will try to find pictures of different cities in Switzerland and just show them. But it is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. I went into the mountains. I got to visit old churches. But I also got to take a ferry ride on the lake in Lucerne at night under the stars with the Alps in the background, and oh my gosh. So I am just probably going to write about that, but I wanted to tell you that because I'm going to be speeding up the writing, so this video is not 5 hours long. But that's going to be the summertime memory that I think I'm going to think about, is just being just in awe of how beautiful Switzerland was. So So this is my finished journal entry about going to Lake Lucerne in Switzerland on a summer trip. And I did have a little space here, so I added another one of these really pretty celestial tags. And this one is just an angel, and she is by a lake and there's stars. And so I thought yes, perfect. I looked for a Swiss flag sticker, and I thought maybe I had one in my Simply Gilded passports collection, but I don't. So that would have been nice, but I think this is really pretty, and I'm going to go ahead and put it into my art journal and show you all the finished product. So here is the finished spread in my art journal, and this is probably a little more decorative than I do some of the prompts. When it's a shorter prompt and it's focused on one response like this one, I tend to kind of do a little more decorating, just whatever I'm in the mood for. And today I was in my mother's garden and there was a butterfly, and just everything was so pretty and summery, and I just felt doing something with summer colors and a garden. And then I look at this and I feel happy about it being summer. So I did go ahead and write the issue and the page for where the prompt came from. I always do that so that no matter what order I do it in, I can go back into my issue of the magazine that I have in case I want to do the prompt again in the future. I really like this magazine, and I will leave the information about Bella Grace in the description box. This video is not sponsored or anything. This was a subscription that was actually gifted to me by my mom because she found it one day, I guess, at a doctor's office, and said, oh my gosh, my daughter would love this. And I do, I really do. It's really wonderful, and it's very female empowering. It's very much if you like to journal and write and just that's your wellness, then this is a great magazine. And I love every issue that I get. So that is today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had been meaning to do another journaling video for a while because I know that you guys like those. So comment below if you want to see me do anything like this in the future. Would you like to have like maybe a specific theme? Obviously I have a lot of like fairy core, cottage core stickers, but I also have a lot of like celestial stickers. I have a lot of gothic stickers. So I have other types of stickers, and I can do kind of different themes. So if you would like to see that, let me know in the comments. I will catch you next Wednesday with a new video here on the channel. Like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!